I'm your cold boyfriend. Thank you for tuning in. Today we're going to be looking at the top 10 Gilmore Girls. Fuck. Today we're going to get a speech therapist. Today we're going to be reacting to top 10 Gilmore Girls moments from MsMojo. We've done a couple of these for shows like One Tree Hill, Dawson's Creek, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and Veronica Mars. And since I just recently finished covering the Gilmore Girls pretty extensively and exhaustively for the channel, I thought it'd be fun to kind of take a trip down memory lane and revisit some of the moments that made Gilmore Girls such an impactful and interesting show to discuss and examine. This is a request from viewers like you, and it really warms my heart to actually be requested to do a video that I actually want to do. So this is exciting. Top 10 Gilmore Girls moments. Do I have any predictions, any hopes, any aspirations for the list? Well, I'm a Paris Geller fanatic. I think she's sexy, smart, and a queen. So definitely give me some Paris. I'm not sure what Paris. Maybe when she's giving that speech and she's breaking down and crying about how she doesn't get to go to Harvard now because she had sex with Jamie. I think that's a pretty good Paris moment. Or even a bit later on in the show where she joins a catering team or like a wait staff for one shift and becomes a radical Marxist extremist. And that's really funny too. Give me some Paris Geller. That's what I need. That's what I need more than anything. Um, Huge moment for me would be Tristan Dugray leaving the show. I have a whole video about Tristan Dugray and how I felt that he represented like a Romeo archetype, and that the postmodern teen drama didn't need that archetype anymore, and he was being thrown away in an extremely public fashion. And I also think that Chad Michael Murray is amazing. So maybe Tristan Dugray leaving would be cool. I think obviously the number one moment should be Rory and Dean thing that we all know what I'm talking about. I think that should be the number one moment because that's when the show decided that maybe its characters aren't all virtuous. Maybe Rory is actually a bad person. Maybe this is a villain origin story. It's one of my favorite moments on the whole show. I love that it's disagreeable. Comes at the end of season four. Rory and Dean, that was an incredible moment. Probably the best moment of the show, if I'm being honest. There was a lot to examine with that moment. Um, Maybe Luke and Lorelai kissing for the first time awkwardly outside of that B&B or whatever. That'd be cool. Anyways, let's see what it is. Miss Mojo. I
I love
missed you, Miss Mojo. I missed you so much. You're kind of incredible.
you. You know how much I love you.
You know what? I don't need any
I love the idea
Logan
of being
moments,
married to you.
to
Where
be
they
honest.
lead, we will follow, anywhere that they tell us to.
That's
Welcome to
right.
MsMojo, and today we'll be counting down.
Oh, Lane. Give me some Lane. Give me some Lane and Adam Brody. Dave? Yeah, give me some Lane and Dave, please. Oh my God. Or just give me Lane skanking alone in Rory's bedroom to Time Bomb by Rancid. That's fucking adorable. That's fucking amazing. Give me that.
Down the top 10 Gilmore Girls moments.
Well, maybe it's downstairs in the store.
Maybe. Oh my god!
Are you alright?
I just got hit by a deer!
You hit a deer?
No, I got hit by a deer!
For this list, we're taking a look at the most memorable.
I would say give me some Jess moments, but the moments are oh, what makes Jess so perfect is that like he is pretty like internalized. Like he is pretty he's a pretty like introspective kind of guy. Yeah, I guess that him wrecking Dean's car would be a pretty massive moment, but the really romantic or tender moments that he has with Rory are kind of low key. Or maybe like okay, maybe Jess kissing or Rory kissing Jess, right? At the end of season three, I think. I think that'd be pretty wonderful. What I love about Gilmore Girls is that Amy Sherman Palladino is a genius, and what she used Gilmore Girls for was kind of this platform to deconstruct the screwball comedies of like Mitchell Leisen and Frank Capra through archetypes that were popularized by Claudette Colbert and like Carol Lombard and Donna Reed. Just to name a few, and through deconstructing the screwball landscape within uh, the kind of framework of teen drama, the postmodern tools that Amy Sherman Palladino was able to use. I think made for some incredible television. I think that Gilmore Girls is perfect. It is a perfect it's a perfect example of screwball narratives within a postmodern context. Screwballs themselves are like flawed by design, right? Because they are sex comedies without the sex. I think that's like the popular way of viewing screwball comedies. Essentially, what a screwball comedy or a screwball romance is a narrative that is missing a vital component of the narrative. So like that's kind of the flaw within screwball comedies. So the flaws within Gilmore Girls are flaws within the screwball comedy. And I do think that Gilmore Girls was it was a roller coaster experience for me when I watched it for the channel. It was a roller coaster. I'd be here talking about how brilliant and kind of masterful the design of the show was, the composition and the writing, and I'd be back the week after talking about how abysmal it was, about how aggravating it felt, like deliberately aggravating it felt. So I think Gilmore Girls is a very special show. And I think that there's a lot of good discourse that could still be had about the show. So this should be nice.
memorable moments from this television dramedy, which follows the lives of Lorelai and Rory Gilmore.
I know they were upset, Hutton, but trust me, they'll calm down.
Why did you do that?
Excuse me?
Just giving them that check like that?
Rory, I borrowed that money.
Oh yeah, if you got coffee,
Number
drink it.
10. Lorelai and Emily's fight. Rory's dance.
Oh my goodness. It's Lorelai's girl. Patty, Rory Gilmore is here. What?
But all they did was sleep. After Rory's first formal dance at Chilton, she and Dean end up innocently
This, maybe not Lorelai and Emily's fight. I don't care about that. I care about, Dean confronting Tristan at that dance. That's a lot cooler. Lorelai and Emily's fight. They always fight. That's what they did.
falling asleep at Miss Patty's dance
That's
studio.
how they communicate.
Lorelai and Emily wake up early the next morning in panic when Rory isn't there.
Rory? Where's the phone? Call the police.
Emily is
Call
also
the
a
police. Call the
perfect
police.
character.
Stop it! What are you
It
doing?
goes Paris and then
What do
Emily.
you think I'm doing?
In typical Emily fashion, she manages to blame the whole situation on Lorelai, dredging up issues from their past while she's at it. This may not be one of the happier moments in the show, but it sets up one of the major conflicts of the series, the complex relationship between the three generations of Gilmore.
I don't think that sets up the conflict. The conflict is pretty like gracefully and I think effortlessly just set up in Manifest. I didn't need this fight to set it up. This was just one of the first times that clash made itself theatrically and cinematically felt
Women.
within the show.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I screwed up, and I'm sorry that you got yelled at, but I didn't do anything. And you know it.
Number 9. Opening the Dragonfly Inn. Raincoats and recipes.
The guests are arriving. I repeat, the guests are arriving.
Years of hard work pay off for Suki and Lorelai when they finally manage to open their own inn, the Dragonfly. Lorelai has been trying
Okay,
to
I'm not
realize this dream since the
feeling
beginning of the
this
series.
video so
Some
far.
pretty curtains, $150,000 of construction, and we're open for business.
But between financial struggles, waiting for their dream property, RIP Fran, to become available, and all the issues refurbishing the building, we thought this moment might never come.
Really, Lorelai? How many more times do you
How
have to do
about
that?
I think about 6.
just Lorelai and
Any
Luke
excuse for all of
kissing
our
on the
favorite
front steps
stars
of that
Wallow
inn?
winners to
That's
get
so
together
much.
is a good one,
That's a lot
and this
better.
is no exception. There's a lot of drama going on in
Yeah,
this episode.
that moment right there. Just that moment. I don't care about the fucking inn being opened. I care about what happens on the front steps of that inn. We're waiting a lot longer for these two characters to kiss and kind of physically announce their love for each other, their affections for one another. I've been waiting a lot longer for Luke and Lorelai to kiss than I have for the fucking Dragonfly Inn to be open.
But Kirk and his night terrors add some much-needed levity.
So we're not even going to talk about the fact that they like kissed?
I'll explain later.
Number 8. Rory sleeps with Dean.
8. 8. Number 8. What the Number 8. Number 8. Really. Really. The people are still talking about this. People are still talking about this episode. People are still talking about this moment. To this day. It's still like controversial and disagreeable, and the discourse around it is still wild. Number one. This is the top Gilmore Girls moment. This is like the moment that people actually discuss. So I've been out to bars and stuff, and like they talk about this show, and they like this moment comes up. First thing that's asked is whether you're a Dean or a Jess person. I'm a Jess person or whatever. But this is by far the most engaged with moment on the entire show. This is bullshit.
Raincoats and recipes.
Why isn't number one?
While Lorelai's busy making sure the test run at the inn goes smoothly,
This
Rory's
is
a
kind
little
of
busy with something else. Sure, there was some
unreal that this
foreshadowing
isn't
leading up
number
to it,
one.
but were any of us really expecting
It's
perfect
the
make a
moment.
pro-con list for every decision Rory Gilmore
It's the
took
fork
with her
in the
virginity
road of
to
the
a married
entire
man,
fucking
even if
show.
he was her ex-boyfriend?
So, what did he borrow?
You were talking about setting up a conflict between its three central women. How about this conflict right here between the two primary stars of the show? It's a battle of philosophy, sexuality, and autonomy, of fucking eroticism. It's so fucking cool because the screwball framework has been challenged.
I'm sorry I didn't talk to you about it first. I know I promised I would, but I swear
Like screwball comedies were sanitized in a large way because, like I said earlier, they were called like sex comedies without sex. Well, that's for a reason because if you included the sex within it, you are in a very large way villainizing, demonizing one of the characters within it. Challenging the screwball framework like this, I thought was brilliant. Amy Sherman Palladino, this is one of the best moments of the entire show. It's one of the most unforgettable moments of teen drama. And I'm not saying it like it's a moment that makes you feel good. It's a moment that makes you feel conflicted. It's a moment that's confrontational. Fuck this list
didn't know
right now. Number 8?
this was going to happen.
Whether you were Team Dean in earlier seasons or not, no one wanted to see it happen like this. When Lorelai finds out, the conversation is devastating to watch. Under her mother's questioning, Rory's
Yeah,
romantic
their acting was so fucking good there. Oh my god. A look of shame on Lorelai's face, and I was so happy for it because Lorelai was like, I have the good kid and shit. Like, fuck you, Lorelai. Fuck you. This is great.
immaturity becomes increasingly obvious, and her confidence in what she's done crumbles.
Yeah. It's fascinating. This is where the season ends. It's brilliantly grappling.
Number 7. When the dance-a-thon happened. They shoot Gilmore's, don't they?
It's not better. It's not better than... Okay, there's no way any of these moments are more unforgettable. Well, it just says top 10 Gilmore Girls moments. I don't know what the fuck that means. Like unforgettable moments, controversial moments, heartwarming moments. Moments kind of need a descriptive, in order for me to understand what your list is even gauging. The dance-a-thon, I just like that, I think Jess and his new, like, stupid, like, squeeze, his new girl, is, like, watching. I think it's ridiculous and funny.
Let the games begin. Period costumes, love triangles, quirky stars hollow events. There isn't much more you could ask for in a Gilmore Girls episode, which is probably why this one rates as a fan favorite.
Wow, you guys look great.
Hey, you came.
Hey, you're standing.
Hey, we had coffee.
I can tell.
The town is hosting a 24-hour dance marathon, and Lorelai is desperate to win. She
Dean
manages
gets
to
a
convince
bad
Rory to
rap.
be her partner, but
Dean is
unfortunately
cool.
Rory's got other things on her plate.
I mean, you
After
should always
months of
be
flirty
Team
banter
Jess.
between Rory and Jess, Dean has finally had
But
enough.
Dean is
He
kind
ends
of
up breaking up
underrated.
with her in front of
Yeah,
the
I'm
whole
right. This
town,
is when
or at least
he was
everyone who's
watching
still
with
awake.
his girl.
Everyone could see, Rory. Everyone. And I'm tired. But I'm over it. So go ahead. Go. Be together.
Jared
There's nothing
Padalecki's
standing in your way
performance is
now,
underrated, I
I'm
should
out.
say. He makes
Number
the
6,
character a lot more
Rory's ready
likable
to
than he
wallow.
should be.
The Breakup Part 2.
I'm concerned about you. I wish you would talk to me.
I don't want to deal with it right now.
After Rory and Dean's first breakup in season 1, Rory refuses to be one of those girls who falls apart when a guy breaks up with her. Instead, on the morning after her breakup, she rearranges the living room furniture and wakes Lorelai up at 6 a.m. to have a productive day of running errands.
Well, that was a very successful outing for us.
Yes, it was.
What a cool moment.
We got everything on the list except for the brown extension cord.
Which will be in on Tuesday.
Lorelai has a different idea of how to get over a breakup. She tries to convince Rory that she has to wallow,
I don't
stay
care
in
about
pajamas,
this.
eat junk food, and watch sad movies. Rory refuses, but after going to a Chilton party that night,
Hell
and
yeah.
kissing Tristan, she is officially ready to wallow and
I'd rather
eventually
have
confess her
just
true
the
feelings
kissing
to the
Tristan
idiot she
moment be
loves.
here. I have a different...
Stop!
Why?
idea of what moments are, I guess,
Because I
than
love
this
you,
video.
you idiot.
Number 5. Rory and Lorelai reunite. A house is not a home.
But as a journalist, he just doesn't
Bro,
seem
this
to
is
have
such
it.
like an upsetting
Who is he,
video.
Louis V. Mayer?
No, he says he has like a sense for this kind of thing.
After Rory's boss, Mitchum Huntsberger, tells her that she doesn't have what it takes to be a
So
journalist,
far,
dashing
only
her
one of
lifelong
my
dream,
picks
she temporarily
for the
stops
best
being
Gilmore
Rory
Girls
Gilmore we
moments
know and
has
love,
been featured on
stealing
this
yachts,
list,
quitting
and it's
school,
been
and moving
featured
in with her grandparents
way,
after a
way,
months-long
way
fight with her
down.
mom. The 10-episode
Far
feud
lower than
between
I
our
would have
favorite
placed it. I would
mother-daughter
place it at
pair
number
felt
1. I
like
would have
it
been
might
comfortable
never
with 2 or
end.
3.
I just think it's weird. You would give Suki
But
your
none of
number
these
and
other
not me.
moments I
didn't
agree
give
with at
Suki my
all.
new number.
Like they talk about these overarching moments, or like it's almost like they're talking about entire episodes sometimes, and that's not a moment, obviously. It's like that One Tree Hill video where they put the entire hour and a half long finale in as a singular moment. That's fucking stupid and brain dead. There are great moments within these like large parts of the narrative that they're covering, but large parts of the narrative aren't moments. I don't
We
get
don't know
it.
about
Whatever.
you,
I
but
mean,
we
I
were
get
totally
it.
on
It's
Lorelai's
stupid and
side on
dumb.
this one. When Rory calls
Not
to
much
say
to
she's
get,
coming home
I guess,
and going
or
back to Yale,
comprehend.
we couldn't have been happier.
I don't care about this
Come on,
moment.
is it too much to expect?
Next
after
moment
late
better be a
preparations to
banger.
get some sort of heartfelt greeting? I'm sorry.
You're sorry. I'm sorry.
I was so mixed up.
Number 4. Rory gets into Harvard, the big one.
Mail! Mail!
Hurry up. Wear your shoes.
Fuck!
Let's be honest. We're pretty sure most fans cared more about Rory getting into Harvard than they did about their own college applications. When the time finally
I cared
came to
about
find out
Paris
if she was
getting into
gonna get the
Harvard.
big envelope or not, we were waiting as impatiently as she was. After finding out that Paris didn't get in,
Yeah, like this moment, finding out that Paris didn't get into Harvard, I think is way better than Rory getting into Harvard. The most boring Gilmore Girls watcher made this list. I don't know what to tell you. Like this moment that we're looking at right here that I have it paused on, that's a moment that should be here. Paris not getting into Harvard and publicly shaming herself for it, chastising herself as the punished, perfect, invisible girl. Like, fuck. Dude,
because she was
dude,
being
I
punished
don't
for
think
having
I'm gonna like
premarital
anything
sex,
about this
obviously,
list.
we were even more anxious.
I'm not going to Harvard. I got the tiny envelope. The one that reads, "Sorry, Paris, we're not interested. Try again next year. Love, Harvard."
The moment when mother and
Liza
daughter see all
Weil
the
fucking
envelopes has
forever.
got to be one of the
Liza
most
Weil
satisfying
cult.
of the
Rise
series.
up.
We're kind of still not over the fact that
Please.
she chose Yale, though.
Might be your cult boyfriend, but I'm Paris's cult husband.
When I get back, I'll teach you the fight song.
Number 3. Rory kisses Jess. I can't get started.
That's your car?
Okay,
Yes, it is.
okay. This is fine.
Okay. Tell you what. Let's go get some ice cream, and then when we get back, I'll study.
Milo was
This
so
is a diner.
cool.
There's ice cream here.
Yes, but we don't have
Jess
any
was
cones.
an
I
amazing
need
character.
Every girl has got to go through a
Just
bad
this
boy phase, and
postmodern brat,
unfortunately,
this
Rory
little
is no
wrecking ball that
exception.
came into
We
town
know
and tried
Dean
to
was a
disrupt
total
a
dud,
perfectly
but
good
you can't argue
narrative.
that Jess brought out the worst in Rory
Love
in
him to
these
death.
early seasons. She skips school, misses her mom's graduation ceremony because she's visiting Jess in New York, and wrecks the car that Dean built for her. But
It was really cool because Jess would like accidentally ruin all of these objects of Dean's love. Like Dean was a pretty objectifying kind of person, just in general. He would attempt to encapsulate, consolidate all of his love for Rory within these kind of grand gifts that he would give to her, and they were pretty grand. I'm not taking anything away from that. He built a car for her, you know. But I remember Jess stealing like a bracelet or something that Dean had given her, and then of course Jess destroyed the car. He's destroying these tokens of love that Dean had given to Rory, and he's doing them accidentally. He's not doing it deliberately. In fact, he gives like the bracelet back when he realizes what it meant to her. That kind of thing. Like Jess is a fascinating character, but I think that tokens of love, objectifications of tenderness, I think they should be challenged, and I think that they should be ruined by look at this. This is clear. This is clear chemistry. What Jess and Rory had was undeniable, and it was never truly allowed to flourish. And that's kind of like the pain of the show, but it's also the pain of growing up. If coming of age is just a deconstruction of your youth, we all have regrets about certain things, about certain love trysts that we didn't explore further, that we didn't really allow to really flourish, that we didn't nourish correctly. We all have regrets, and I think that Jess is uh, maybe the most perfect example of like a teen crush regret. And especially because of the ways that Jess kind of challenged like the objects of love to kind of illustrate like the readiness of the immediacy of love. You know, there's something about being present, not giving a present. You know what I mean?
We get it. Jess is on Rory's level in terms of intelligence and totally gets all the pop culture references that fly over Dean's head.
I'm gonna sound corny, but like so far as love goes for Rory's heart, Jess had presence and Dean had presents that you'd give to someone. Rory, I'm sure this makes sense to someone out there.
Okay, I feel very unpopular right now.
Rory surprises Jess and the audience by kissing him while she's still dating Dean.
Move back.
This is a great moment.
Then move back.
But what? Why?
Just 1 and 2.
Good stuff. That's a great kiss.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I remember cheering when I
Rory's
first watched
Chilton
that.
Graduation, those are strings, Pinocchio.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Rory's Chilton graduation, sure. Not bad. Not bad. This would have been a good like number 8, not number 2.
Rory Gilmore.
Admit it,
I do
you
like
still
this
get
moment.
just as weepy as Lorelai, Suki,
Show wasn't the
Jackson,
same
and
when we
Luke
left
you
Chilton.
watch this scene.
Yale is not
Boyfriends
nearly
and
as
fiancés
interesting.
Come and go on Gilmore Girls, but the most important relationship is the one between Rory and Lorelai. They go through their ups and downs throughout the series,
Yeah, it
but
is.
in the end, they'll always be the most important people in each other's lives.
My mother never gave me any idea that I couldn't do whatever I wanted to do or be whomever I wanted to be. She filled our house with love and fun and books and music, unflagging in her efforts to give me role models from Jane Austen to Eudora Welty to Patti Smith. As she guided
And correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure I'm right. Like we never meet Eris's uh like biological family, right? Like they're not even at the Chilton graduation. Um her maid and her maid's family are there because they actually raised her, which I think is pretty tender. There's also a really funny Paris Geller moment where they're waiting in line to kind of go up on stage and get their diploma, and she's like, "I can't believe I'm leaving. This is crazy. There's so many people I've never talked to before." And she turns around and taps the most like immediate person, and she's like, "Hey, you, what's your story? What are you all about, huh? What's your tale?" It's really fucking funny. I can't do it well.
me through these incredible 18 years,
There was a
I
lot
don't
of
know
good
if she
shit at
ever
Chilton.
realized that the person I most wanted to be was her.
Not crying.
Hearing Rory talk about her mom's influence on her life during her high school valedictorian speech would bring tears to just about anyone's eyes.
Class
Not
of
bad.
2003. Give yourself a hand.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Lorelai Victoria Gilmore.
No. What?
Gretchen Friedman.
I don't remember this moment. So, fuck that moment. I don't care. Oh my god. Not a bad Logan moment. This belongs as an honorable mention on any sensible list, but the original list should be full of great moments. This is a really cool honorable mention. It's a good moment. Pretty iconic to me. I like it's.
And we would just sit outside at night when the inn would have parties, and we'd just listen to music and feed the ducks.
Yeah, this moment. Not bad.
Grandma, wait.
That's not a bad
What's
one.
the matter?
Nothing.
She was like so affected.
Are you sick? Is it the teriyaki?
I'm fine. It's just getting late. I have to
Oh,
go.
because that's when she wasn't
Relationship,
present. Because as we've talked about, being present is the most important part of love. And Jess, who we're looking at right now, was he always had such an undeniable presence. I love this moment
It's important to let the other person know you appreciate them.
because they were like dudes who didn't really show what they cared about each other. So like the small moments that we got moved mountains within me personally.
So you don't
Fuck yeah,
create
this moment
barriers
rules.
that delay any hope for reciprocation.
I think I read that somewhere.
Yeah. You're hoping for
The self-help.
reciprocation.
You got it.
I couldn't find a horse.
You didn't have
Don't
to.
say anything, okay? Please.
Who the fuck likes Max? At least we didn't get any Chris on here. I would have ripped my eyeballs out. I would have swallowed a bullet in a YouTube video if we saw Chris make an appearance here. Who the fuck likes Max? No one. No one. This is like good Paris Geller and Tristan Dugray space that you're needlessly occupying with a Max reference. Fuck off my screen, Max.
You were right last night.
It's so
I shouldn't have
stupid.
proposed to you.
Who cares about Max?
It was stupid. It was the wrong place and the wrong time, and I kicked myself the entire night for doing it. But you were wrong about something too. I didn't propose to you because we were fighting. I proposed because I love you.
La 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 la.
Luke and Lorelai kiss.
Oh.
Raincoats and recipe.
I threw a fit earlier. They have 3 moments all from the same episode. It's a bit much.
What?
But I was throwing a fit earlier because I didn't think this moment would be here. Then it's stupid to have their in opening on here. It's almost like metaphorically the in opening was like breaking down a wall within Lorelai, like that guarded part of her so she could let something like Luke's affection in. It's almost like this is the same fucking moment. It's just one has metaphorical value while the other is hyper literal. But I'm glad this moment's here.
Oh, sure, coffee.
So I didn't get any Paris. I didn't get any Paris, even within an honorable mention. I didn't get any Paris fucking Geller. I didn't get any Tristan Dugray. I didn't get any Lane. And MsMojo isn't getting any of my respect. Fuck.
Would be great. Coffee, hon? Yeah, she'll have coffee. Thanks.
Luke and Lorelai join Ross and Rachel, Jim and Pam, and Mindy and Danny on the list of ultimate will they, won't they TV
Those are not on my
couples. After seasons of flirty banter and undeniable chemistry, we knew it was only a matter of time before these two got together.
It's like I'm happy this moment's here, but I'm so aggravated that we're at number 1 and Paris, Tristan, and Lane got the fucking shaft, bro. Paris, particularly? Where is none? She didn't even qualify. She didn't qualify for an honorable mention. Tristan Dugray leaving hit me so hard. I thought it was beautiful. Runaway little boy or whatever. Beautiful episode. The best episode of Gilmore Girls that there ever was.
It's crazy that our number 1 Gilmore Girls moment isn't between the 2 Gilmore Girls, but after all the romantic buildup, this kiss was
okay.
Really
This kiss is great. Let's watch it. Let's enjoy it.
I thought there was a moment.
There was a moment. What are you doing?
This is the moment. There was a moment. I can't help but feel it.
For a more perfect first
I feel
kiss.
for that.
That
Oh my
much
god,
more,
it's so
having watched
nice.
Their deep friendship grow over the years.
What are you doing?
Will you just stand still?
Not so cool,
Do you
dude.
agree with our list?
You've given me everything I need.
No, I don't agree with your list at all, man.
You're 16.
Maybe I don't
you
agree
have a
with the
whole house
Gilmore
to
Girls
yourself in the
fandom,
evening.
ever.
I expect you're gonna have your boyfriend over. But what is with the apron?
It's a long
Donna
story.
Reed.
For more heartwarming top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to
Push 'em.
MsMojo.
Brilliant. Alright. Okay. So, yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't like that video at all. Fuck that video. That wasn't a good list. I agreed with like 2 moments and 2 honorable mentions, I think. Dude. I would have made a much better list. That list was pathetic. The Paris Geller snub is unforgivable, MsMojo. MsMojo, you're a dork. Okay, you're a dork. There's only one way this would be fine. Gilmore Girls, Paris Geller. You have like a Paris Geller video? Gilmore Nation does. This video should have been
I'm Jack.
the list.
Parents travel a lot.
Why?
Your name is Paris.
No. Did your parents change flat tires a lot?
What?
Or plug the phone into the wall a lot?
No.
Great. So we've cleared up that mystery. What's next on your fascinating list of talking points?
What's your major?
This video is the real best Gilmore Girls Moments video, I
Seriously?
swear to you.
You've got 1 minute to make an impression, and that's all you can come up with? You want to know my sign, too, Jack? Or
she's
how about
perfect.
my favorite color? Or if I'm a Britney
Fucking
or
hilarious.
Christina? Here, I'll ask you a question. Was the last time you had an interesting thought when you considered flinging yourself off a building? Bye, Jack. All right, Mother, immediately. Paris. And no, my parents didn't
God, what does he say? She just walks away, right, like she just leaves this one immediately.
travel.
Billy, and I have no idea what that means.
Never mind. So, what's your story, Billy?
Well, I'm a drama major.
Ding ding ding.
Oh man, thank you for watching my video. Yeah, I have a lot of disagreements with that list, but what's your list like? Do you agree with the MsMojo list? What are some of your favorite Paris Geller moments? Because she's the only thing that matters in my world. What are some of your favorite Gilmore Girls moments? Let me know. Thank you for watching. I'm your cult boyfriend. My name is Zach. Uh, Keep it real, I guess.